Well, friends and family, there are good days and there are good days. I don't talk about it a lot. I'm predominantly a kayak fisherman, but I've been in the market for a John boat for the past couple of years. I mean, I've got this dream of doing one of two things. The first possibility would be, of course, having something like a flats boat for snakehead fishing. I mean, how cool would that be? But they're super expensive, and I live in Maryland. It's hard to get your hands on those when they're all in Florida and the Gulf of Texas. So that's pretty much out. So the next dream is to go ahead and maybe see if I could build something for myself. Kind of like tiny boat, right? Get out there, get my hands on a John boat, do it up. But everything's been so crazy expensive here lately. It's just nuts. So if you're not a stranger to the channel, you know that I'm not afraid of DIY projects. I like to build stuff, and I really like to help other people. So lately I've had this project where I've been helping a good friend of mine, replace some flooring in his house. And I noticed the neighbor across the street has a flat hull John boat. So I asked, hey, you think you might be in the market to go ahead and sell that? To which my friend responds, oh, are you in the market for a John boat? Yeah, I am. Well, I got one. It doesn't have a title for the trailer or the boat itself. I don't ever use it. It's yours. Well, yes, please. Here we go. In a Lumacraft T14S. Outfitted with a 30 Tohatsu electric start that runs. Needless to say, the first order of business is going to be to make sure that this thing hasn't been stolen at some point in its history. Again, I mean, missing a title for both the trailer and the boat itself, that's a huge red flag, and it's going to create lots of headaches, but it's a free boat. I'm inclined to believe, based on markings that I've seen on the boat, that this was actually owned by the Greenville, Tennessee Search and Rescue. And you can see the last time this boat was registered was in Tennessee in 2019. The cool thing about living in the 21st century is that we've all got the world brain sitting in our pockets. So I just did a search quick for Greenville, Tennessee Search and Rescue Squad. I found a phone number, I called it, and then I found out they had a Facebook page where I sent them a message, provided some pictures. Maybe they've got the title, or maybe it turned out that the thing is stolen and it's gonna have to go back. But you never know what the history on this kind of stuff is. And it's kind of cool. We're rescuing a search and rescue vessel. For now, I'm not particularly inclined to really do a whole lot. I really don't want to do anything until we get confirmation that the boat is not stolen. But yeah, I kind of have a dream here. I kind of want to tiny boat this thing. I kind of want to get into it. I kind of want to really do it up. Winter project, locked in. We are ready to go. All right, I'm very excited. I hope you follow along with me. Let's see what this thing turns into. Well, okay, friends and family, some time has gone by since the John boat first arrived. It's been a few weeks. I was able to get the hull identification number off of the previous registration from the state of Tennessee, reached out to Tennessee Department of Fish and Wildlife. Department of Fish and Wildlife got back to me. They confirmed the boat had not been reported stolen. They also confirmed or provided the name of the last registered owner. Through internet searches, we were able to go ahead and find that person. We were also able to do a boat history search using the hull identification number, and everything came up clean. So pretty obviously this is a situation where the boat was sold off by the most recent titled owner to somebody else. Paperwork was probably lost somewhere, and value was diminished to the point where somebody didn't see any value at all in trying to keep up with it. What we're going to be doing here is claiming this boat as abandoned, right? Now, again, every state's going to have different rules. But in the state of Maryland, there's a certain threshold for how many days you have to wait where a boat has been left on somebody else's property unattended. Requirement to contact the most recently registered owner that you can find. We've done that. We've provided them with a notification via certified mail. Hey, you have 30 days. The boat is on my property. If you want it, come and get it. Good news there. They don't want to come get the boat. Then there's also the additional process of putting an ad in the local newspaper saying, hey, here's all the information for this boat. Here's the address. If you're the title owner, come and get it, right? So everybody's getting their due opportunity. I feel confident at this point that we can start to do some things with the boat. I don't expect any surprises. I don't expect anybody's going to show up and make a claim. I don't expect that there's going to be any issues with getting the boat titled. So the best place to start is by taking the motor off. So you can see here what we've got is a late 90s 30 horsepower Tohatsu. This actually exceeds the maximum capacity for the hull of this boat. It stops at 20 horse, but we're going to stick with the 30 anyway. This motor runs. It does have an electric start. There may be an issue with the impeller. It's not peeing as strongly as I would like for it to, but we'll take a look at that stuff later. For now, the big issue is going ahead and getting this motor off and onto an acceptable stand so we can really get to work on the hull of this boat. Now, as for me, I don't have a stand for an outboard motor. It's something that I'm gonna need to get my hands on. And there's a couple different ways that you can do it. For the first time, I think ever, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend that you do not try to do this DIY. You can literally buy a higher rated welded metal stand for about half of what it costs you to make one out of 2x4. It's absolutely crazy. Here, let me show you. I mean, here's the receipt right here, right? 4 2x4s. 4 8-foot 2x4s cost me almost $20. But that's not really where the bulk of the cost came from in this project. The bulk of the cost for this project came in these casters, little roll around wheels. The ones with the brakes cost over $12 a piece. And you need a total of 4 casters to do this job. So by the time everything was said and done, half the cost of this project is tied up in these wheels alone. And I tried a couple other different places, right? There was no difference. So for the amount of money that you would spend on buying just the wheels for this build, you could buy the entire cart. Go ahead and search the internet. You'll find out the same thing for yourself. But since I've already got all this stuff, and since you may have this kind of stuff laying around, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about how I built mine. So there you have it. Should be functional. Now we get to do the fun part, moving the motor. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Now, back in my day, I was no stranger to lifting heavy things. That was a long time ago. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give this a try. But I may not be able to pull it off at all. If I can, I'll be amazed. Okay. Everything's already loosened up. Well, that wasn't bad at all. But I put it on backwards. The point of those two little things right there is to hold the water bucket for later. Ain't nothing ever just easy, is it? Okay, try again. And there we have our motor sitting on our cart. Tighten these up. That feels pretty solid. Okay. You know what? I need to build something off of here that gives me a stand for the gas tank. How much wood do I have left? Enough. How wide? Okay, so through the magic of video editing, we have something that I think is going to work. So we'll just take this over here and line that up there. 45-degree cut on the bottom of the board. Position that accordingly. My reference line. Ha-ha! Good. Yep, definitely gonna need something across there. 24. Scrap wood, just laying around. Look at that. Look at it! That'll do, donkey! Good. Okay. Now do it. Look at that. Look at that! Okay. Okay, there's that. Alright, that's all hooked up. Alright, now I need to get a tub and fill that up with water and grab my battery. We should be able to demonstrate this thing works. Okay, so we are pretty much set up here. We got the water bucket going. We got the motor on the stand. We got the fuel tank sitting here resting. Gonna give this a couple primes. Some choke. Let's see what happens. Whoa. All right. We're running a little smoky. That's to be expected. That is a running 30 horsepower Tohatsu. It's almost 30 years old. On a stand, that'll do the job. What do you think, buddy?
It was great.
Yeah?
Yep. Well, I lost my weed whacker because it's gone. So where's it? Where's it go? Where's it go?
I guess I gotta go help him find his weed whacker.
Yep.
So yeah, that's how you build a stand, I guess.
Yep. Next
Next mission is to try to figure out exactly why the impeller doesn't seem to be working as well as we like. But that's the next episode. We're literally doing this step by step. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more. See you in the next one.